Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders' 2025 season has taken a dramatic turn for the worse. And at the center of this unraveling story is a string of injuries that have haunted the team throughout the year. After a stunning run to the NFC Championship game in Jaden Daniels' rookie season, expectations for the franchise were sky-high, but now, just one season later, the Commanders find themselves struggling to stay out of the NFC East basement. With a dismal record of 4 wins and 10 losses, the promise that Daniels brought to the team last year now feels distant. And the question on everyone's mind is whether the young quarterback's health will allow him to fully realize his potential. Daniels' elbow injury, which sidelined him for the Week 15 matchup against the New York Giants, is the latest in a growing list of ailments that have disrupted his season. It's clear now that the Commanders' playoff hopes have vanished, leaving them to play out the remainder of the season with little more than pride to play for as the season winds down. The debate surrounding Daniels' future has intensified. What should Washington do with their talented but increasingly injury-prone quarterback? Should they continue to push him to play, or is it time to shut him down for the sake of his long-term health? Enter Robert Griffin III, the former Washington quarterback who knows better than most what it feels like to have injuries derail a promising career. Griffin, who was once a Heisman Trophy winner and the no-to overall pick in the draft just like Daniels, has been vocal about his concerns for the young signal caller. In a recent interview, Griffin made his position on Daniels' situation crystal clear. The Washington Commanders should 100% shut down Jaden Daniels for the rest of the season. These words carry weight, as Griffin's own career was famously cut short by a series of injuries that hampered his ability to fulfill the immense promise he showed in his early years. Griffin elaborated on his reasoning, explaining that he had been advocating for Daniels' shutdown even before the elbow injury reoccurred. "I said this weeks ago. I thought they should have shut him down after he dislocated his elbow," Griffin remarked. "Now that they're clearly out of the playoffs and they're playing for pride at this point, I don't think they should put their young quarterback in harm's way because he's had so many injuries." Griffin went on to list Daniels' troubling injury history: a knee injury, a hamstring issue, and the now recurring elbow injury. It's hard to ignore the pattern. And Griffin believes that it's time for the Commanders to prioritize the future rather than chasing fleeting wins in a lost season. "I think the best thing for him now and the team for the next 10 to 15 years is for him to sit out the rest of the year, get healthy, and then upgrade the roster," Griffin stated emphatically. Griffin's comments have reignited a larger conversation about the Commanders' approach to player health and roster management. The team's decision to allow Daniels to return to the field after dislocating his elbow in Week 9 is now under scrutiny. After a brief absence, Daniels came back to play against the Minnesota Vikings, but his return was short-lived as he once again aggravated the same elbow injury. To Griffin, this was a reckless move that only further jeopardized Daniels' health. It didn't make sense, Griffin said bluntly. "Why put him out there if he wasn't fully healthy? It's not worth it." The concern is compounded by the fact that Daniels has struggled with multiple injuries throughout the season. From hamstring to knee to elbow issues, Daniels' body has been put to the test, and it's clear that the young quarterback's health is now in jeopardy. For Griffin, the parallels between his own career and Daniels' current situation are hard to ignore. Both quarterbacks were Heisman Trophy winners and the second overall pick in the NFL draft. Both were viewed as franchise saviors for Washington, carrying the hopes of a fan base that had long been starved for success. However, both quarterbacks also shared a similar fate: injuries that ultimately hampered their ability to reach their full potential. Griffin's rookie season in 2012 was one of the most promising in recent memory, but after a devastating knee injury in the playoffs, his career was never the same. Despite flashes of brilliance, Griffin was never able to regain his rookie form, and injuries continued to limit his effectiveness. Daniels, much like Griffin, has shown flashes of greatness, but the injuries are beginning to pile up, and it's unclear how much more damage he can take before his career is similarly derailed. The situation with Daniels has sparked a larger debate within the Commanders organization. With the team sitting at 4 wins and 10 losses, the decision now is whether it's worth risking the future of their franchise quarterback for the sake of a few meaningless games. Should Washington continue to throw Daniels out there, hoping to salvage some sense of competitiveness? Or should they shut him down and focus on getting him healthy for the future? Griffin believes the answer is clear. The long-term health of Daniels is far more important than any short-term gains. There's no point in playing him if he's not healthy, Griffin said. The team has to be thinking about what's best for the next decade, not just this season. For the Commanders, the decision could have lasting implications. Daniels has the potential to be the cornerstone of the franchise for the next decade, but only if he's allowed to fully recover from his injuries and develop without the constant pressure of playing through pain. Washington's roster also needs an upgrade, and a healthy Daniels could be the leader who helps bring the team back to playoff contention in the years to come. However, if the Commanders continue to push Daniels despite his injury woes, they risk not only his future, but also the future of the team, as Griffin aptly pointed out. The next 10 to 15 years are at stake, and it's up to the organization to make the right decision now. In the end, the Commanders must weigh their options carefully. The season may be lost, but the future is still in play. Jaden Daniels has shown promise, but he must be given the time and care to heal properly. As Robert Griffin III wisely advises, the team should 100% shut him down for the rest of the season. It's a decision that could protect the young quarterback's future and, in turn, the future of the Washington Commanders. The organization can't afford to make the same mistakes that have haunted it for years. And now is the time to act with long-term vision in mind. It's not about the immediate future, it's about setting the team up for success in the years to come. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The NFL world has been buzzing with whispers that have taken on the intensity of a thunderstorm, and at the center of it all is none other than Chase Young, the young defensive powerhouse, whose name has been whispered in locker rooms, on sports radio, and across social media threads, is rumored to be making a shock return to Washington. The news itself feels like a plot twist straight out of a primetime sports drama, one that fans of the league couldn't have predicted but now can hardly stop talking about. Sources close to the situation, those who are rarely wrong and whose credibility in NFL circles is practically untouchable, have started hinting at a trade that could reshape the defensive landscape of the league. And the mere possibility of Young donning the Washington uniform once more has ignited a frenzy of speculation. Every corner of the internet where football aficionados gather, from subreddits dedicated to NFL trades to Twitter threads where insiders leak tantalizing tidbits, seems to be alive with discussion, and the name Chase Young is appearing more often than ever. People are dissecting every past performance, every interview, every hint in press conferences, looking for clues that this move is real. The whispers themselves suggest it's not just a casual reunion. It's a trade that was executed with the speed of a lightning bolt, a kind of transaction that leaves analysts and fans alike reeling, trying to piece together how the front office managed to orchestrate such a dramatic twist in what had been a rather quiet off-season. Imagine the locker room buzz, players who have shared the field with Young before, those who have felt the impact of his relentless pass rush, and the sheer energy he brings to a huddle, are likely bracing themselves for his arrival. There is an electricity that follows his presence, a kind of aura that can lift a defensive line from mediocre to menacing. And Washington's defensive schematics, if reports hold any weight, are about to benefit from that. People familiar with the inner workings of the organization are hinting at a strategy that goes beyond just filling a roster spot. This is about sending a message, one that echoes not just in the stadium but across the league. Washington is serious about reclaiming its identity, and bringing back a player of Young's caliber is central to that vision. Rumor has it that the discussions were rapid, almost clandestine, taking place behind closed doors with a sense of urgency that suggests both parties saw this as more than a mere opportunity. It was a perfect storm. The speculation does not stop at the team level. Fans, of course, are the lifeblood of any rumor mill, and their imagination is running wild. Social media is ablaze with threads analyzing every possible outcome. How will Young fit into the current defensive scheme? Will he immediately take a starting role? Or will there be a period of adjustment as he reacclimates to a team he once called home? Analysts, some of whom pride themselves on remaining dispassionate, are offering takes that blend cautious optimism with sheer excitement, noting that his previous tenure in Washington showcased glimpses of the kind of dominance that can change the course of games. There are those who insist this could be the turning point for the franchise, a move that might finally bridge the gap between potential and performance. Others argue that the pace of the trade, the almost secretive maneuvering, suggests a calculated risk by the front office, one that comes with the pressure to deliver immediately. Adding to the intrigue is the personal narrative surrounding Chase Young himself, known for his intensity on the field and his thoughtful, often introspective demeanor off it. Young's return is not just a professional maneuver but carries emotional weight. Fans and pundits alike are speculating about what motivated this sudden change. Did he feel a sense of unfinished business with the team that originally drafted him? Was there a personal connection, perhaps to teammates, coaches, or even the city itself, that influenced his decision to come back? Or is this purely a strategic career move, aimed at placing himself in a system where his talents can shine brightest and maximize both his impact and his legacy? Whatever the case, it is this combination of professional calculus and personal story that makes the rumor so compelling. Each whisper seems to carry a hint of drama, a storyline that feels as though it was scripted to keep fans on the edge of their seats, refreshing their feeds for any update, any confirmation, any shred of proof that this move is more than speculation. Insiders are also dropping hints about how the trade could reshape not just Washington, but the ripple effects across the league. Teams that have faced Young in the past are already reportedly reassessing their offensive line strategies, knowing that his ability to collapse the pocket and disrupt quarterbacks is among the elite in the NFL. The idea that he could be redeployed in a familiar system, where his instincts are honed and his comfort level is high, makes him an even more formidable threat. Some whispers suggest that Washington may be orchestrating a defensive renaissance, using Young as the linchpin around which a new era of defensive dominance is constructed. This has led to endless debates online. Can a single player have that kind of influence? Or is it a confluence of coaching, talent, and situational advantage that will determine the outcome? Whatever the truth, the buzz itself has created a narrative that is as much about anticipation as it is about actual performance. Meanwhile, the media machinery is revving up. Sports journalists, eager to catch any hint or confirmation, are combing through official statements, press releases, and even social media activity for signs. The rumor has already spawned countless headlines, each one trying to capture the drama, the secrecy, and the potential magnitude of Young's return. Podcasts are dedicating hours of speculation, breaking down his past games, highlighting his strengths, and questioning how he fits into the current roster dynamics. There is even chatter about the ripple effect on team morale, leadership, and chemistry. After all, bringing back a player of Young's profile is not just about skill, it's about presence, leadership, and the psychological impact on teammates and opponents alike. Each analyst seems to add a layer to the narrative, further fueling the frenzy that has engulfed fans and insiders alike. The speculation is also reaching the business side of things. Merchandise, ticket sales, and fan engagement are all poised for a spike if the whispers prove true. Fans are already imagining the roar of the crowd as Young lines up on the defensive front, a familiar yet electrifying presence. Sports bars, fan clubs, and online communities are abuzz, not just because of the potential on-field impact, but because of the storyline itself, a prodigal star returning to where he belongs. In a move that feels cinematic, almost mythic in its resonance, the drama of the rumor has captured imaginations in a way that few trades ever do. Because it is about more than just football, it is about legacy, redemption, and the promise of something extraordinary unfolding before their eyes. At the core of this swirling speculation is a truth that resonates with fans and insiders alike. Chase Young is not just a player. He is a force, a presence that elevates the stakes simply by being part of the narrative. And the idea that he might be returning to Washington, in what insiders are calling a lightning-quick trade, has injected the league with a jolt of energy that is impossible to ignore. Whether the rumors solidify into confirmed reality or continue to swirl in the realm of what if, one thing is undeniable: the name Chase Young is on everyone's lips, dominating conversations from casual fans to seasoned analysts. Every nuance, every hint, every subtle move by the team or the player himself is being scrutinized, parsed, and magnified, feeding the frenzy and ensuring that the story will remain a hot topic for weeks, if not months. As the narrative continues to unfold, fans can only wait, speculate, and revel in the sheer excitement of what could be one of the most dramatic returns in recent NFL memory, a story that combines athletic prowess, strategic calculation, and personal intrigue into a single, enthralling saga. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time. Keep the faith and hail to the Commanders!